You're welcome. Yeah, this is what we do on Saturdays. We greet people, tell them to drop their location. Say hi to them, we show some love. The way they've been showing us love.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Thank you all. I don't want to touch sad stories this morning, but there is no way I won't touch it. There's no way we won't discuss sad story. You know, uh, insecurity in Nigeria is now uh, a culture, but it's been coming unbearable. It's been coming unbearable. Our military men are suffering. They are being killed, being beheaded. According to what we have here, let me go to another one. According to the Punch newspaper, I have the Saturday Vanguard here, but on my phone, the Punch. Boko Haram terrorists in the early hours of Friday attacked a Nigerian army base in Maiduguri under the 25 Brigade of Sector 2 in Biu local government area of Borno State, killing five soldiers and 3 members of the civilian joint task force who were on duty. These men were on duty and they were killed by these criminal elements in the country. All right, in the statement, the acting media information officer, headquarters joint task force, Northeast, Operation Adin Kai. Adin Kai. You're from the north, right? Adin Kai. What's the meaning of Adin Kai?
Meaning, putting heads together. Putting heads together. The kind of synergy. Yeah.
All right, he said troops at the base contained the attack despite adverse weather conditions and poor visibility caused by heavy rainfall. But the sad story here is that our soldiers were killed. 5 soldiers were killed by Boko Haram terrorists. What does this say about the latest attack? What does this latest attack say about the current security situation in Borno State and especially Nigeria as a whole? What does it say?
You see, when the late British Prime Minister said that crime can only flourish in a culture of excuses, I think we've had lots and lots of excuses coming from the states. They will tell us that they are on top of the situation. I don't know, on top that is topless. And they will tell us that they have deployed the high-powered machinery to where the incidence of fire is. And everything has always amounted to nothingness. And when you take that into cognizance, it shows that there is a weakness in their operation. And as much as the state always give us a false hope that they are on top of the situation, they are addressing the situation, the moderate terrorists, they are already, trying to have an upswing in their own in crime. And that goes to show that you can see they are not working pari passu with whatever government says that they are in terms of curtailing or even nipping this hydra-headed monster terrorists in the bud. But you can see those people are going upswing while these people are going downward. And it shows that we can never, there is no way the state can contain these people. It's like the state is already overwhelmed. You can see the bravado, that panache with which these criminal elements perpetrate their odious acts by even going to a military formation to attack a military formation. You see, Who dare do that? It's like committing an harakiri. To go to a military formation and say you want to attack the military formation. You know, because no matter your perfection, no matter your expertise in criminality, then for you to have that confidence to go that length, it shows that you know what you have, that you believe that you have superior firepower than those people that the state doesn't have. And for crying out loud, we have said it countless number of times on this platform that the states, they are being pedestrian in their approach. They are not really keeping pace with what is obtainable in this modern era in the 21st century. I want to believe that as much as I will say that we have always been saying that we give no, even though we have been derided for saying that we never saw anything good from this government. But we have also been able to provide some solutions. If drones also form part of the security architecture anywhere in the world, and we have somebody from this instruction, I have always mentioned Osato Sewingi. He's been touted or called Mr. Drone in America. Then why can't we raise an olive branch? I have said it countless number of times on this platform. What is the state doing to see that this person is being brought to come and add value to our security chain? But it's a sad commentary when you start seeing people lives being cheapened because of inelegant policy making arising at the center of our government. Then it shows to you that are they really serious? All what has always been premium to them has always been politicking, which is a sad commentary of it. That is not how to run a nation. Because when we say we want to run a state, then a state embodies every person under it. Then it should not be to a selected few. When some selected few are living in much opulence, and the greater number of the citizens are in penury. It shows that there is this equilibrium in terms of having been captured in a state functionality. That's my take.
Yeah, I call that attack a surprise one. Yes. A surprise attack. I don't know if you people at some point realize that I stopped talking about security issues. Yeah. That was about 2 months ago. So it's because sometimes I feel bad, when I see these stories, and I didn't want to feed the viewers with bad news. Because I stopped talking about it. But there's nothing we can do. But so disappointing. 5 soldiers killed just like that. But this is not the first time soldiers killed. We've been experiencing it. It has now become part of us.
Yes.
Funny enough, these are the news we wake up every day. And so if we are going to wake up with striking news, positive, why would we not dwell on that? But these are things we wake up. And what comes to mind is the humongous budget that is allocated to defense. Can we now say there is a need to probe whatever money that is allocated to defense? Because the defense takes the larger share of the budget. For a very long time, if you look at the Nigerian budget, defense takes the larger share. How comes we are not seeing results? You understand? I sometimes feel when I was growing up, military were seen as superhuman because of the level of professionalism they are displaying. But the reverse is the case now. You understand? Where some terrorists who just had few months of training will walk into military formation, kill soldiers and walk away with it. You understand? It's unfortunate that we are spending money without seeing results. And I think the government needs to begin to probe the money that goes into defense, because we are truly not getting results. And funny enough, most of the soldiers that are being killed are junior ranking officers. You understand? Should we now say that the corruption has also, cut across the defense industry? Because it's unfortunate that they are not giving account to the money that is allocated to them, and we are not getting the kind of result we should get. These terrorists are coming from wherever they are coming from. They have camps in different places. We have fighter jets. You understand? Can't we deploy these fighter jets to search these guys wherever they are, wherever their camp is, and attack them? You understand? But unfortunately, we are not proactive. We wait until it happens, then we react. You understand? Our reactive nature is also costing us a whole lot. Look at these children in the camp of the terrorists. Now, we just lost one, I think 2 days ago or thereabout. You understand? It's unfortunate that we will have to wait for these guys to abduct, before now we want to start looking for ways to get them out. It's unfortunate because most of these students, even if they are freed, they need to go through, rehabilitation because they must have gotten through, most of them must have been traumatized. Most of them, if you take them to school, the fear of what has happened to them, some of them may not even want to see themselves in the classroom because of that kind of fear. Those children shouldn't have been allowed to be exposed to that kind of experience. You understand? We can only imagine, the excruciating pain they are exposed to at the moment. And the primary aim of government is to ensure that this thing does not happen. Protect the lives of every citizen. It is the responsibility of government.
No, we are not even done with your abduction. Another one happened in Ondo State. Yeah, they attacked Ondo State yesterday, injuring residents. They abducted a 9-year-old boy. That's around, is it also local government? Ibosi, Ibogun, so community. It is pathetic.
Mike, I must tell you, it's really pathetic. Because when you take into cognizance, in this country, we wake up every day to hear some kind of ugly news emanating from a land that is really blessed, well endowed, well oiled by God. And what is our problem? It's just leadership. Because because you can see Nigerians outside the shores of this land doing wonderfully well, even trying to help the security assistance of other countries. Why can't the same be applicable here? Now you can see humongous money being slated for one project or the other. It's enough to turn the entire. Okay, look at manufacturing base. What level is our manufacturing base as of the now? Is abysmally low. Now Nigeria that ought to be a production nation is now being reduced to goods and services. What does that tell you? As big as this country, as well endowed as this country, then the policy somersault that was because if you check the history of this country right from inception, when the government will come on board and he will embark on the project, she will embark on the project, and at a point when the government leaves the saddle of governance, another person that will come into the trust of governor will just kill that project. There's no continuity. Then another person will now come and say, okay, let me also float a project, even if it's an elephant project, let me attribute the gains to myself. That during my own time, why can't there be continuity in anything that is noble, that is for the common good? Why are we always personalizing things that are supposed to have a nationalistic power? That is why we are where we are as a result of policy somersault, not even knowing where we are going. And for crying out loud, Nigeria is a nation. When the late sage mentioned that a situation whereby we applaud mediocrity at the expense of
Nigeria is not.
What do you expect? When I want to say that a nation where the ants eat on the tiger is not fit for human appreciation, is it not playing out now? You can see people now running away from their home state, going to a safer haven. Where is even safe in Nigeria today? Before now, we have always said that they can't come to Southwest, they can't do this thing. Mm-hmm. You saw what happened at Lekki, the one at Ikorodu, at the outskirts of Ikorodu. People that were being taken, arrested, Fulani terrorists. You saw what they display. I'm not just making it up. It's all over the social media.
I think that's not current news. 3 years ago.
I'm telling you, I'm only trying to make a difference to it. But if people now come and say they are here with us, then how do we get ourselves protected? That is the salient question we should be, fundamental question we should asking ourselves, as long as we say we have a state that we have, that we don't even know the functionality of that state, is that state not meant to die?
All right, apart from Igbo Sea, no community that came under attack, I guess, today. There were various communities that were also attacked in different states in Nigeria. Yeah, yesterday. Bauchi also came under attack. About 7 people were killed in farmer elder clash. That's according to the Saturday Sun newspaper. All right, let me quickly read the headlines there. Abduction rumors unsettle Lagos communities. Residents of Lagos State are currently living in fear as a result of the ongoing security crisis in the country. All right, over 100 kidnapped nationwide in 3 weeks. Over 100 kidnapped nationwide in 3 weeks. Communities move against terrorists as security surges. Vigilance groups to the rescue in Southeast. Vigilance groups to the rescue in Southeast. All right, Oyo, we are working hard to free abducted teachers. Pupils, says the governor of the state, Sheyi Makinde. Military launches counter-attack as terrorists kill 5 soldiers. Grieving Benue mother seeks justice over sons killing in Nigeria. That's the story.
And I think we need to, begin to leverage on technology. Like you see happening in other parts of the world. Look at as small as Ukraine is. They are matching Russia, military to military, technology to technology. They are, in fact, recently there was a huge attack they carried out to Russia. As big as the name Russia is, when it comes to military, you mention Russia. Now you have a Ukraine that is fighting. They have fought for 4 years now, and they are still fighting because they are also leveraging on technology. We saw why America, continued to maintain the position she maintained because of technology. So I think the days of just, deploying military people with AK-47 without that level of technology, those days are gone. We need to begin to do things differently. And funny enough, the defense industry is getting a whole lot of budget. The budget, it is the largest budget. If you budget from the budget, you understand? So why are we not seeing that kind of? The terrorist people have declared war on Nigeria. Let's be frank with ourselves. Look at the demands they presented to Oyo State. That is a declaration of war. To tell you, one of the conditions is that you will, establish Sharia law. What are you saying? Is that not an open declaration of war? That is what they are telling you. That is it. Yes, this is it. These guys have declared war, and we need a government that will also be up their game. That these guys are not people who should. All this thing called Operation Safe Corridor that they do where they say repent Boko Haram is total rubbish. You understand that? And I think until we begin to do things seriously, what happened to Afghanistan? My prayer is that it shouldn't happen to us. Terrorists are the one in government. The terrorists of the Taliban are the recognized government.
I think that's what is about to happen.
Mike, you see, Mike, you see, one thing I want to say is that I don't know, but I stand to be corrected though. I don't know of any state that speaks Arabic in Nigeria as a language. And when you look at our nation currency, what is written on it? You see Arabic language written. That's number one. And two, when you check the constitution, 27 times was, the constitution, Sharia law is being mentioned 27 times in our constitution. What does that go to show you? These people are laying claim that as long as they are part of that same constitution that's been foisted on us by this by military, then that is why you see this agitation for land possession, for a share of the national cake. But I've always said it, and many other scholars have said that the constitution that is guiding you and I is not people oriented. That it needs to be thoroughly looked at and see that there was no plebiscite conducted to show that the first liner of that constitution says we the people. That is a force of the zone. That is a force on its own.
All right, let me go to the comment section. Patrick Igueonu says, Mr. Mike, honestly, this insecurity issue is no longer funny. Our leaders don't value human lives. But one time, someday, God Almighty must surely deliver us.
As long as we say God Almighty, because I believe that everything that is happening to Nigeria is human creation. I want to believe that an human creation also demands an human answer. And human answer from the angle of being humane. Because that is what I always, because you cannot continue to deploy. Okay, take for instance, a nation, our government will say they've already acquired Tucano jets. They acquired this. Then while deploying a hardware, we then equally demanding the commensurate processes of operation after being deployed.
All right, Felix So says that's why I agreed 100% on what Femi said yesterday. No land for them because they will continue with other states while you keep on giving lands, keep emotions aside.
Exactly.
If Nigerians want to be free, we need to keep emotions aside. Everybody says good morning and happy weekend all. Why killing everything? Okay, every time. Okay, why they killing every time in Nigeria? I think that's what everybody is trying to write there. My brothers, we need to go our different ways. That is the solution. Whether Biafra TV or Biafra Time says, the earlier the youth rise up and equip themselves to face this insecurity, the more for them, or the better for them. Or else, these guys will overrun the entire country. Baba Yaga says, biggest budget that bats us bats has only released 7%. The truth is that he doesn't want to end this activity. Sonny says the military should take over. Tinubu has no idea on what to do. Darren Frank, it's been a while, Darren. And he says, Mr. Kunle, what is still holding Yoruba people from introducing Sharia law and also appointing land for Fulani terrorists in Yoruba land? Or is it IPOB people who are killing Yoruba people in their land? Definitely no. All right, GOA says it's good and calm to have Mr. Vincent and Mr. John as first speakers. Very, very calm.
Thank you, sir.
Frank Ibe says, good morning to everybody. Babayaga goes on. God didn't create Nigeria. Someone carried his tools on that Sunday. He was resting.
You see, Nigeria, is a country. That is comprised. That comprise different kind of ethnic groups, and it was originally circumscribed together by the colonialists with their internal adventurers to get us to where we are today. That is why you see that things will never cohere. Anything that's supposed to serve the common good is being, reason along ethnic lines. That is our bane as a nation. As long as we continue to think along ethnic line, we cannot get that nationalism that we always crave for. That is why we are where we are today as a result of that.
Yeah, do you think soldiers are being protected in the country? Is the government doing enough to protect our soldiers and vigilantes in front line?
First of all, I want to say condolences and good morning to our viewers, and also condolences to every soldiers that have lost their life in this battle. And I pray God help them and the families too. First of all, it is with a deep heart of pain that I want to compare my own homeland, Nigeria, using Burkina Faso. I'm not belittling Burkina Faso, but if you add Lagos, Kano, Zamfara together, I think you should have gotten Burkina Faso. Look at what Burkina Faso is doing today, military-wise. 70 to 85% of Burkina Faso soldiers are now in the room collecting AC and dictating whatever. Go to the Sahel region and see what Burkina Faso has done. Terrorists are running like ants. They are running, they are scattering.
because of the implementation of technology that Burkina Faso has implemented. They have withdrawn up to 85% of their troops, and they are watching in cameras, looking at what these terrorists are doing. So before anyone come, in fact, there is even a story that didn't come recently, where US is in Nigeria, where they said Burkina Faso has banned illegal drone flying or military or aircraft going into their land. Before you come, you must seek approval, and they must check everything you are coming to do. This is the reason why our soldiers are being killed. Mr. Mike, this budget that the military is getting is enough to build military bases with well-modern equipment that our soldiers do not even need to be on the front line. A higher percentage of them should be in the room watching, surveillance, activeness, and then standby will be there in case if there's any casualty. They swing into action immediately. So before the enemies even come, they have seen them. But why are we not doing that? Technology has taken over, and why are we still lagging behind? That is what is. Number two, as it stands now, the Nigerian population, we are always estimating about 200 million to 230 million people. How many are our soldiers? Number three, even if you want to recruit enough soldiers, there have to be a spell-out quarter well plan that will induce Nigerians, that will facilitate, how do I put it, that will make Nigerians to be patriotic and say, yes, I need to join the military, because whatever happens, there is something to fall back on. You will see our soldiers, some of them, you go to some place and you see some soldiers, because of their uniform, dirty looking, you see that this one is not even well fed. If you are not well fed, how do you even have strength to even carry gun and fight? So these things are things that we need to. Number one thing that is paramount now is that we need to look into modern day technology. That is the major thing. If we want to stop insecurity now, it is just to invest in technology. When Plateau State happened, we had 5,000 CCTV cameras will be deployed. We don't even have rooms that will accommodate the machineries and the know-how to operate all of that. How do we do it? So it shows us that our government needs to be more responsible. There needs to be leadership. Because if you are looking at the way the killing is going, look at what you just said, Mr. Mike. Over 100 people killed nationwide.
In just 3 weeks.
In just 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
In just 3 weeks. Statistically, Nigeria is now the 4th most terrorized country in the world. Do you know what that means? So which means I am no longer safe wherever I'm standing. Everybody wakes up in the morning and we are hoping that God shall keep me safe. The people that were killed, they also pray that God keep me safe. So what I would say this moment is that in all of these, I will also beg Nigerians, let us also not spread fake news so as not to add panic to people. Instead of adding some videos together, realistic AI with some other images that have happened before, put it together and say, because it's creating more tension and it's creating too much uncertainty. So Nigerians, I will urge this moment should send only verified informations, only verified videos. Then aside that, the government needs to now start coming out every day. As it stands, there should be declare of emergency. The federal government, there needs to be a kind of, I don't know, maybe like a panel that is set out now to keep giving Nigerians information on a daily basis. This is what we are doing now. Yes, there are some security informations you have to hold because of the sensitivity, but the peripheral of the informations that need to keep Nigerians the hope, that make sure that let us know that you are truly doing something. We need to keep hearing the information day in, day out.
All right, Femi, the latest one, Meduguri. Soldiers were killed alongside vigilantes. I asked Richard a question that is enough being done to protect soldiers and vigilantes on the front lines. And don't you think we need to start protecting our soldiers too? Because these people are killing soldiers, they're also killing citizens. So is this our own responsibility to start protecting our soldiers? Yeah, if they can go to military bases, attack soldiers, kill them, even behead them. What does it say about the current security situation in the country?
Good morning, Mr. Michael.
So should we start protecting our soldiers now?
As you say, I will not forget to, no matter how, the situation will be, I will not forget to say good morning to you, Mr. Michael, and good morning to our viewer. My special thanks goes to Mrs. Tina. I wasn't here yesterday when you announced the disposal of money. I'm here to say thank you, ma, for your continuous support. To everyone else that has been supporting us, Mrs. Clara, may everything concerning you continue to be clearer. May God continue to clear your roads. Thank you very much, ma, sir.
What can we citizens do? What can we do to combat Boko Haram's continued attack? What can we do?
Mr. Michael, it's only
should we now turn soldiers?
Mr. Michael,
should we turn military
Mr. Michael,
to protect our soldiers or what?
Citizens can do little things when government refuse to protect our soldiers. How can government protect our soldiers? They can protect our soldiers by giving them a well-deserved equipment, modern day equipment, technology. Then take decisive decision when they're supposed to take it. This guy mentioned Burkina Faso. He was talking about technology being deployed, advanced one in the Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso still remain one of the terrorist nations. Yet we can see improvement that they are reducing it. But one thing that we don't notice is that we have a military guy in Burkina Faso that doesn't look at everybody's face. So many imams has been sacked from Burkina Faso. If you come out and say any mess, okay, the next thing is that you are going to be sacked from that country. It's either they arrest you or you run away by yourself. Yes. I can count like 2-3 imams. All these violent imams that has run away from Burkina Faso, or if you come out and say any rubbish thing, okay, they will just carry you. There are so many law, there are so many body language from Traore that so that it's not a religious bigot. Yes, he's a Muslim. When they say we want to build like a 200 mosque, you know, they say, okay, we don't want mosque, we want school. The same Nigeria government will not say something like that. Some governor from north, they will not say something like that. Some governor in the north where they are being vulnerable security-wise, they are ready to build. They are ready to use 200 billion naira to build mosque. Yes, they are ready to spend 200 million naira for Quranic recitation. Yet there is no security. So decisive action, like somebody like Gumi, that needs to be questioned. So many times Saudi Arabia has been dealing with Gumi. I don't know what the federal government is doing about it.
You are not dealing with him.
Yes. I could remember,
for questioning.
I'm telling you, at the time Saudi Arabia had problem with Gumi, he was deported. After he was deported, I was even, according to one unverified information, we were told that he was unable to even perform Hajj this year. Somebody as dangerous as that, how was he able to pass, the routine in Nigeria? How was he able to pass that visa? That is a dangerous person that Saudi Arabia is rejecting. And you keep on sending him to the same place where he has been rejected. Unverified information told us that some of these bandit leaders, they are being sponsored to go for Hajj. So you will be able to see what Nigeria leader, what they prioritize. And let me make a brief conclusion. You see, I don't know, maybe we may have may be lucky to have another successful administration that will take care of security. But this administration, I don't think security is part of their agenda. They don't prioritize security. I think what they prioritize is how to make money and spend money. And I've been saying it because I've not seen any cogent, action. I've not seen any decisive action being taken. It has also become a business as usual. No politics with insecurity. Look at what is happening in Oyo. Imakede want to outsmart presidency. Presidency want to outsmart Imakede. So Imakede we say we want to say I'm the one that rescued them. Federal government also want to say I'm the one that rescued them. So our father sent a delegate to Ibadan, to Oyo, to go and visit the victim. Who is the first victim? Yes. Who is the first victim in Oyo State? You know, number one citizen. Yes. I think they need to. This is the time. What the governor and this is the time we are able to see that governor also has a role to play in securing the state. But that does not mean that we shy away from the responsibility of Mr. President. Like it can never happen. Mr. President also has at least like 70% of role to play because to whom much is given, much is expected. He was the one that shadowed with a lot of responsibility. Security was police is in your hand, army is in your hand, air force is in your hand. Almost all security architect that we have is in the hand of federal government. The governor can only also strategize and support. If we have a governor that is support, yes, we can see the results, but we cannot shift all the blame on governor. We cannot shy away from that. I will not say Mr. President is being exonerated. It's only the governor that will be blamed. It cannot work. As much as I will agree that government, yes, they have role. And mind you, when Jonathan was there, nobody talk about governor. Oh. We talk about president. Now, fine. Maybe Mr. President, assuming that Mr. President has now opened our eyes that development of this nation is a collective effort from top to the bottom. But that does not now mean that you will now go and fold your hand and you now pass your responsibility to this unit that they have said to your governor. Well, they are not responsible. That's not how to be responsible. Even the fact that you give governor much money, you have to checkmate it. And I don't even agree with handing all our resources into the hand of a governor. And you are not telling us, go and meet your governor. That kind of a strategy, I don't know where it's coming from. I'm not saying governor will not do anything, but that does not mean, okay, if you don't have any role to play, then let's scrap with the federal government and we know that we only have governor. As simple as that. If you know that federal government is no longer relevant, it's only the government that we are. If you want to do this thing, then release a lot of things. They are talking about state police. Give them state police. If you know that federal government can no longer control this thing, let's go back to the regional system of government, where the region will be controlled their military, where the region will be saddled with the responsibility of defending their territory. As simple as that. Not that you will hold the power at the federal, then you will be shedding the responsibility into the lower entity. So we can defend our soldiers by giving them what they need. An American soldier will go out with confidence, fully kitted. Go and see how American soldiers go to battle. When they came down, look at the kids. Look at their body. Look at what they put in the chest, in the back, in the bag. Our own soldier. Maybe you will see maybe a granite or gari at the back of their bag. Yes, now I have soldiers that are particular. Go and check how much are they giving them as a tip allowance. It just increased. So I think it was 1,500 naira before. Yes, me and you, can you use 1,500? You that you are not in the battle. 1,500 naira is it enough to feed you a day? It's not. If you use 1,500 naira, you don't know how to spend. You will not be okay.
All right, Mr. Kunle, still on the state of the nation, insecurity in the country is what we're discussing. Of course, some soldiers were killed in Borno State alongside vigilantes. So despite the first response by these military men, Boko Haram succeeded in killing them. What do you think must change to finally end insurgent attacks in the country?
Yeah, pardon me to stand on the existing protocols. I want to say, let us have 1 minute silence for the departed of our brothers, our military men, and our son that they've used that insecurity to eliminate majority of them. And I can say wholeheartedly, I'm not too happy with what is going on now. And you see, I want to say that if we don't know where we're coming from, we have to retract our step back to where where we're going to. We have to retract our step back to where we're going, where we're coming from. You see, the issues that brought all these bandits for them to have more powers is the history of the Nigerian that somebody, one of the presidents, went to OIC to enlisted Nigeria into OIC, Organization of Islamic Religion, part of the, so they put Nigerian mind into that, the likes of the Babangida Amse, that it was Mr. Babangida, Badamosi Babangida, that went to enlist us into OIC, and look at the results we are facing now. Now, about what has been happening about our soldiers. You see, there was a time, America, they brought a drone, and they were even on ground to try and let our military be trained on that drone. I don't know what is coming after that drone they supplied. And you see, the problem of this insecurity, I think there must be collaboration with the Western world. You have the likes of the likes of the US. You have the likes of Israel, if they want to say, yeah, because Israel and US, they are like Siamese twins. So why can't we engage all those Israelis, Mossad, and for them to be able to bring in information, for just information about their movement? And it's not a game that only Mr. President, only Nigerian citizen can fight. So we need external, support from the states of the US, the states of the other countries that very that witnessed such things before. So as it is, Mike, the insecurity, we know what brought the insecurity. You know, once
what do you think must change to finally end it?
Well, it's a collective thing.
Collective
efforts. Yeah, that we all Nigerians, we now to buckle our belts that there's a war that is trending in Nigeria.
Soldiers,
that's it. That's soldiers.
Have been killed.
It's not today, Mike. It's not today. You know, there was a time
that are meant to.
There was a time
have been killed by terrorists.
There was a time they went to second mechanized divisions in Abuja, and they ransacked all the ammunitions there. And I think it cost them like how many 2 hours. There was nobody to counter them. And you see, the more war we are fighting now, it started from the real actors that brought them. Who are the real? Look at the area they are coming from. All this area, they are prone to be a free zone for them to occupy, to carry out their agenda. And you could see where these guys are coming from. If you don't close that border, if you don't work on that border, there's no how they will start intruding. They will start having multiple engagement coming in and multiple engagement and against the Nigerian state. And as it is now, I think it is time that Mr. President, likewise, the states actors, and you want us to decentralize Nigeria and let everybody have their own state police, and so that we can be able to, they can be able to be more effective, because the central policing we are having is not helping us any longer. And you can see that as it is now, the likes of one of the top notch in the southeast there, he said, Mr. Tinubu, the Nigerian of today now, you cannot even fix it as it is. Even if the angels come into Nigeria here, they cannot fix the issues because it has been on the historical agenda, which is Usman Danfodio agenda. Those are what they read as the Quran, and that they hold the land, and we that will really hold the land, They've captured the land from us. Happening with the northern elders. What is happening with them? At least if when Igbo was turning himself to state actors, they caged him up. Why can't they cage their citizens? Why can't they? It's just like somebody Tuleshe, somebody Dalu, somebody is you building the house, a good house, and somebody is diminishing it, that it doesn't need that good house you're building. And that was what they did under Jonathan, right? Likewise. He said, this Amajeri, and mind you, majority of these guys, they grew up just to be Amajeri, and from the Amajeri to be bandits. And what else do you expect? Because they are just looking at Usman Danfodio agenda that's been on century, from the century. So to me, it's a collective issues that we all engage, and it's a collective thing that we ought to be be a stronger order, likewise, to participate in anything that is going against our livelihood. And I can say whatever the military you're talking of, our military, when you look at the military, when you look at the amount of the people that have been they enlisted into the military, you look at the circle, you look at the number of the military we have. How many of them are just they are just little military from the south area there, and they have enough of the military there, and about more even within the military, the Mr. President should do his own grants information that and about the government that said they enlist the military the Boko Haram repentant into how can I've never heard that before in my life. And that one is that one likewise. There's no how a man that just been born and his activities is just to kill people, is just to diminish people, and you still now enlisted them into the military. What do you expect to, what do you expect from such people? They will end up being more. Okay. Even if they want to end the war, the more we have to take care of the more within the military themselves. Because I learned that when the 2nd Mechanized Division was being ransacked for 2 hours, there was no counter-attack on that area. And you expect the insecurity to just end up like that. But we need to be collective. We bring that collectivity, and I say we see something, we say something. And thank God for the business that we've been bringing on the board now that has been saying that. The Arakuri, the former governor of Ondo State, they so rest in peace. It deemed it fit that I must secure my state.
Yes.
That was under Buhari regime.
Yes.
And Buhari was telling him that he should not set up any state actors to engage all these people. But Arakuri went along just to do the needful. And you could see as of that time, we formed Amotekun. He was able to form Amotekun. Yes. And so now, what are other governors are doing? Nevertheless, I've been following him. Anytime it comes on here, we will say this will start, programming the movements of these bandits, that they are nearer, they are coming nearer. But it's not all about telling us where they are. It's about what inputs have you put on ground? What save heaven are you putting on the ground for them to diminish them? And the state police that Mr. President wants to put on board is getting too late. Please, we need a state police. Right now, we need a state police. So, Mr. President needs to obligate and establish that state police so that we can know who we are. We can know the terrorists around our states. But when you are still having the Nigerian project, the Nigerian project is not working any longer. It's the state project now that needs to be working for everyone to be able to see a stranger in your domain. You have to profile the stranger, and I want to say that I think there I will be victorious on this against all these bandits. And Mike, pardon me to just under the standard protocol, the existing protocol. I want to just thank my brothers. Yeah, that's I'm talking of my additional my brother, he has adopted me. Likewise, I think I have to give glories. I have to give him thanks. Yes, Mustafa, yeah, Odeshino, he's been doing he did a lot for me. I think I have to say that, and I want to thank the likes of Madam Sina, the mother of Israel, because I don't want to be an ingrate. I've been trying just to say hello to them because of the goodness in them, and I want to say togetherness we shall conquer all these terrorists. But we need to up our games and don't just leave it to Mr. President alone. Go down to your states and sanitize your states. You see, I'm eager to assure any time for now. Thank you for having me for the short time here. Thank you.
So much. Thank you so much. All right,
good morning, Mr. Mike Adekule. Good morning to our viewers. You see, the sincerity of ground is not there. See, we have been talking this morning. Where are we really good from here? Where the man on top is not ready to listen. You see, when the president say enough is enough, enough will be enough. You see what Minister Femi just said? He said he sent a delegate to your state. See, there are two parliament governments, the governor and the president. They want to take a pride in trees and in the forest. You see, the president is the first citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, commander-in-chief. If you say, go there, boss them, they will boss them, but he's playing life with game. You want to be president forever, you want to be president 2027. See, the sincerity is not there. See, when Obasanjo was there, I'm taking you back to memory lane, OD, Port Harcourt, Bayelsa. You see, there was a problem there. You say police massacre, you don't send green. You didn't know green? Military, you executed them. Clear them. One area they call peace reign. See now, they're not kill soldier. Who will remain? And you call them.
will be the one to defend.
How will I go to defend? You don't have a scissors. You have blade. You don't have blade in your pocket.
You can start protecting the soldier.
How will you protect the soldier? Are you soldier not to protect the sovereignty of nation? Now they are powerless because the president doesn't care about their life. See, I keep on saying it, the president failed woefully. There is nothing to write home about the president. It's not fit. It's not capable. You see, a president, you are all Nigeria. Don't be say APC, PDP. You politicalize things. See, enough is enough. We are tired of hearing of people dying. Now, children inside forest, teacher beheaded, one of them lost. Before you know tomorrow, now you say under how many days? 100. You see, they're not rampant. They're not telling the president that we were there when you came in. You see, let me tell you one thing. You see, the beneficiary of the non-touchable girls was the president administrator. They use it because now it's not wide, it's not grow, it not have branches. Now they can't. They see somebody like Gume. Who is Gume? Okay, Saudi Arabia rejected somebody. You are accommodating him. You are afraid of him. Why? Because he has secrets. See, until we tell ourselves the truth, because the president, according to what I see and what Nigeria see, because he don't care for me and you. We have made a finish, but now soldier. Slaughter soldier. Now, no revenge. Don't see. We are tired of the situation. Come 2027, their game and their days are gone. We can't continue to be hearing things that is not necessary. See, what is Nigeria is a ridiculous in the face of nation. Nigeria yesterday, come on. See, go and ask Freetown, Sierra Monrovia, Liberia. When Nigeria soldiers allow this down, see when Nigeria soldiers want to leave, the country where say no, they should not leave. Because they don't bring peace. Now, where is our soldier? Because of politicians. And the head of them is Jagaba. The lawyer of Bodilo, now Antelope now drove you around the bush. You can't safeguard your children anymore. Inside forest, now it's getting to almost 3 weeks. And you are saying you are a president. You want to come back to who? To who forest. It's a forest guy, 100, 7,000. You see, it's a ridiculous, it's a disgrace. Nigeria is not Nigeria anymore. Until the president and his gang of mafia boys at Pablo Ako leave.
All right.
Because somebody was there before they came. Now they finished Nigeria. So Jashara cut their head. Me and you, they will just come to us, carry on those soldiers' hands. God bless Nigeria.
All right, thank you so much, Oluwawan. I've been Jack.
Yeah.
Take.
Good morning, Mr. Michael Adekule.
to the issue of insecurity. Now, how many times have these terrorists have already attacked army barrack? 4 times under 3 years. In the name of Mr. President. That's shameless. How can Mr. President carry money to give governors for insecurity? Why they don't back? They cannot give them the money. There's no weapon. There's no ammunition. Just keep them empty hand. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. You are carrying money to be giving governors. Is the governor that the security? In Dodo Barrack, nothing. There's no ammunition. There's no common helicopter can move on the air to be monitor what is going on in the country. Look at it. Now, what happened in Oyo State about, let me call them, 3 weeks ago? Have you been that Nigerians have helicopter will be moving out? Those children, the coverage bring it under 24 hours. Today, how many days? Now they have already attacked Brony, Dodo Barrack. So is it clear here? Are we safe? We are bloody civilian. Which are we going to attack them? Where they can attack soldiers, kill them, carry the ammunition, the little one they have, they carry it. Nigeria is empty. That means Mr. President is falling off. The battle for him, let him resign. But it is stubborn man. He cannot resign. But people are dying. And he's happy. That's how I said the truth. Mr. President is happy for what is going on.
About the killings?
About the killing. If it is not happy, we have already found a solution. The first day that he entered as the president of Nigeria, when he had the power, say, subsidy is gone. Why can't you say insecurity is down? Why? No, once you say you have the power to remove all subsidy, you have the power to stop insecurity in the town. All over Federation of Nigeria. You are here. You are not from abroad. You know what is going on in the country. Instead, I want to become the president of Nigeria. Come to 2023. Now they have already given you. What can you do? They're a lion. Now today, a lion have already become a squirrel. When see a snake is running. Oh, Mr. President is not doing well. So let me say 2027, let it be out. Let it try to complete in 4 years. But when people, when the citizens are dying, who will come out and vote for him? That's the spirit. Understand?
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. God bless.
David, you're welcome. Gentlemen, my good morning to you.
Morning.
All right, 5 soldiers killed. Vigilantes also killed. We're talking about the states of security in the country. Gentlemen, what impact do attacks like this have on the morale of troops and Nigerians?
Let me say greetings to all our viewers once again. Backstage, then before we came on air, I was talking to somebody and I said, if I were to be in the soldier by now, I should be thinking of deserting, just leave my beat. Not because I'm not patriotic, but because the environment is no longer favorable for me to remain as a soldier in a situation where sensitive information are getting to the hands of the enemy even before it gets to our frontline soldiers and all of that. The moles within the system have not been fished out and all. So our soldiers are working under a difficult condition. Apart from the fact that financially they are not well remunerated. We've had instances where soldiers, when they are about to attack the enemy, that a call will now come and say, okay, don't go ahead for now and all. So all these compromises here and there doesn't show that we really want to address this issue once and for all. I give it to all our soldiers that are still in the different theaters of operations, stopping it out with the enemy and all of that, in spite of this unfavorable condition, in spite of this situation that is not too encouraging. They are still standing in to ensure that they put this situation together. It's really hard.
Why are we not able to to defeat this party, to defeat this criminal element? Are there strategies we've not adopted? I mean, new strategies we've not adopted?
Well, I'm not a security consultant, but some things seems to be too basic for us not to understand. And I'll give you an instance. As we speak, we have over 1,894 unmanned borders in our nation. In other words, a point where people can come into this country and we don't have any official that can say, okay, who are you? Over 1,894 official statements now. Which serious country does that? These are the starting point. These are the basic. We can't be talking about security without first getting to understand who comes in and who is leaving your nation. That is the starting point. We must know who is coming in, no matter how vast. Don't tell me the land is too vast. No matter, I mean, you can leverage the technology and all of that to address some of these things. So we must, these are the places to start from. You must know who is coming into your nation and who is leaving. So when you have 1,894 unmanned locations that people can enter your country through, and you are talking about insecurity, what will you have had if not insecurity? Weapons and some other things are going to come in through these channels. So we are putting the cart before the horse. Our soldiers are working, but it's not showing because personnel kept coming from all those unmanned locations. Weapons keep flowing from all those places. So the issue is counterproductive. We are not getting results, and that's why it seems as if nothing is happening. These guys are really working. Our soldiers are putting in their best, but we are not addressing the basic issues that is necessary for a safe nation. You must know who is coming into your country, no matter how vast the land is.
David, you're welcome to the program.
Yeah. All right. Good morning to Mr. Michael. Good morning to everyone, and good morning to all our viewers across globe. Good morning. Saturday.
All right. What more should the federal government do to combat this challenge we are facing in the country? Should we start looking at new strategies? Have we exhausted the strategies on ground?
Thank you, Mr. Michael. For me, before I start with, I will start with the point that at this point in our dear nation, someone made mention of Gumi, in which he said Gumi ought to have been arrested. I start to be connected in the sense that why do they think that Gumi should be arrested? What has Gumi done? Is Gumi kidnapping those children? In the first place, it was Buhari that first contacted Gumi to help him liaise with the bandits. That was where the government got it wrong. And ever since, Gumi himself has been a middleman between the bandits and the federal government, giving the government what we call feedback mechanism. Gumi has been giving the government a feedback mechanism. In a sensible country, you don't contact a non-state actor. That was the mistake Buhari did. Buhari initiated this whole thing, and today now it has boomeranged. Now, when we said Gumi this, Gumi that, Gumi said federal government knows terrorists by their name. As they said, he invited him. He said the federal government knows the location of these bandits. So whenever we condemn Gumi, we should also pick out some good points, some valid points he's making. If government is not in support of Gumi, Mr. Mekadekule, Gumi would not last 24 hours. Let us forget all this thing, Gumi. I don't hate him. It is the lacuna the government has created. So if Gumi is not working for the government would have taken him off the radar. So Gumi is not the problem. And would never be the problem. Buhari started this whole issue, and now it has escalated. Tinubu is still doing the same part, reaching out to Gumi for him to liaise with bandits. And now tomorrow, we say Gumi is terrorist. Is federal government
I will be more sensible for the government. She federal government will not go to terrorists. They know pastors now. When they have information about me and you, all these things are coming here to say here. They have detailed information more than me and you. They know. So when I see people coming out to blame Gumi, I don't blame Gumi. Gumi if na me, federal government say make I get linked to them, I go do am. Because Gumi is only doing his own work. Up to today, the same man is working fully. There is no charge that Gumi, you are involved in terrorism. And when Gumi made such an allegation, Bayo Onuga did not debunk it today. If the information was not true, Bayo Onuga would have come up with a piece of stories. So that is it. So Gumi aside, on the issue of every time non-state actor go back to your state, governors, how many power these governors get? I've always said it here, countless times, that the issue of security, it is a residual list, not a concurrent list between the states and the federal government. Everything boils down in the table of Mr. President. So the government has limited role to play in the issue of insecurity through their legislative House of Assembly. They can enact laws, but not controlling the police, the navy, the army, and the immigrations. So Mr. Michael, in all of this, all these things that is playing out, Mr. Michael, let me take you back history. In 2011, when Ghana was dealing with the issue of Fulani militias disturbed Ghana, what did the governor do? I forget the name of the president. The president gave the servicemen a marching order. For a year and a half, the president relocated from his office in Accra down to the trouble locations. He was at the forefront fighting with, don't be saying they go carry gun. He was on ground for 1 year. He left Accra down to the affected communities. The house was best there for him, for service chiefs. He was always on ground. What is the outcome? For 1 year, the president did not return back to Accra, Ghana. In 2011, you don't give orders from the villa. If you give orders, service chiefs too, we give to those ones on the ground. I bet the service chiefs went to Oyo State. They come out to Abuja. Doing what in Abuja, Mr. Mike? What is service chiefs doing? Their office is not meant.
Are they supposed to remain there?
It was supposed to be in Abuja at this trying time in the state of our nation. You don't see that. That is the reason why now they are saying that they want Sharia law. Now, the Muslims now are not rejecting the Sharia law. Oluwa of Iwo yesterday tweeted, he said, not only them be Muslim, not only them be Yoruba, say him to the Yoruba, him to the Muslim. Say that law, the government of our states need to review that law. That's it. Everybody where your own right stops is where another person starts. If it was not inclusive in our constitution, the bandits and those lives of Oluwo would not be agitated. So on that note, Mr. Mike, they are very good to agitating for their rights. It is a right. Sharia is a right.
These are terrorists now.
Yeah. What are they demanding for? Sharia. Is Sharia not constitutional? It is constitutional. So let's not believe for the fact that we subscribe to a particular thing. Does not mean majority of some Muslims want Sharia. You may have a different view. I may have a different view. But the lives, only one said yesterday, said he's a stakeholder in Yoruba land. And he's not a stakeholder. He's a stakeholder.
Okay, I want to say something. Let me start from issue of Gumi. Gumi is the arrowhead of bad egg. The people that are, abhorring the bandits and being unapologetic to bandits. Now, it is the wrong of federal government to adore Gumi. Why did I go to Gumi? I was coming back from Burkina Faso when that guy mentioned Burkina Faso, and I was telling you how many imam has been silenced because of their utterances in Burkina Faso.
There are some utterances you don't watch. You don't allow it to pass by. Anybody that is sent, you see somebody like Mufti of Iwo, Oluwo himself. Let me tell you, Sharia law is in Nigeria constitution, but it's not in every state constitution. It is states that we get it, that we say, okay, we want to adopt it on our own, in our own, yes. And what they wanted to even do in Oyo that time, it was not a Sharia law, it was a Sharia arbitration. It exists in Lagos. Do you know that something like that exists in Lagos? Because you are not bound to go there, except you subject yourself to it. It's like you carry your matter, go church. So, Pastor, me and my wife, we are fighting. Help us meditate. If my pastor give judgment concerning my marriage, if I want to abide with it, I abide with it. If I'm not bound constitutionally to abide with what my pastor said. That's what these people are looking for. But unfortunately, because we have been dealing with people that know, that we have known for, when you give them half inch, they take a mile. That's what everybody are fighting for. That if you allow that egg of a terrorism to be, hatched in our domain, it can be boomerang. That's our problem. So it's not that this area law of a thing is not exist. It exists. Of course, it's in the Nigeria constitution, but each state have to adopt it through House of Assembly, and it has never been done in Oyo. Okay, fine. So what I'm trying to say is this: Sharia law is the right of anybody that wants to abide. Even the people of Oyo have rejected it. Even Muslim in Oyo, they said we don't want Sharia. We are Muslim, but we are not agreeing with that demand.
But a Muslim wants it too.
That we want.
A Muslim wants it.
There is not. It's majority that no way. It's a policy can favor everybody. It's majority. You can oppose the policy. It's a majority. You can oppose the policy. He can align with the policy. Mr. Davis, that's why he's subjected to be go round in the House of Assembly. So if the majority of the House of Assembly say we want Sharia in a particular state, that is the problem. If somebody wanted to, manipulate the Nigeria constitution and he wanted third time, what happened to it? We were able to stab it at the house. So what happened is that because we are not the same, some people predominantly they are Muslims. Culturally, they are Muslims, and they may
make such demand as part of
Thank you to tell you that they have sponsors.
It's been done by one of the sponsors. And then let's not forget that in this issue of Sharia law, we have lawmakers in the house who are supposed to be chanting for a constitutional review. That this issue of Sharia, it is not giving room for a secular nation as claimed that Nigeria is. Because we claim to be a secular state. And now, some laws should not tie you down because of that. But sir, in all of this, if the Oyo State government too, I believe that the Oyo State government should also come out, sit on a round table, and make a public announcement that this law will not be implemented in our state, even after the demands has been made. The governor and the speaker has not even sat down yet. I believe on Monday they will sit for them to enact. If that law will go, if the law will fly.
People they are already.
Mr. Mike, Mr. Mike.
If the doctors do not represent Islam,
Mr. Mike, okay, who does Oluwo represent? Who does Shitu? Let's not forget that former Mr. Communicator, Shitu, he said if he becomes governor of Oyo State, he said he will implement Sharia. Don't forget that. It was the same Shitu that invited Gumi to Oyo State. The same man, Shitu. So Shitu himself yesterday debunked that those people Muslims should not speak for every Muslims. That he himself, as an Oyo indigene, he wants Sharia.
Oluwo is a minority now.
Mr. Mike.
But sir, sorry sir.
Are you speaking for the majority?
Do they have the legislature in the house? What if their own House of Assembly member is trying to push through? Is that decide on the speaker in the house? Let's not forget that. They want to lobby. Yes. They also lobby. Is it dressed?
Mr. Michael, This is not the first time issue of a Sharia law has been made in Oyo State. And Seyi Makinde come out clear that I'm not part of it. And it was killed at that point. Before some people have started, exhuming it by the abduction or whatever. It is in Nigeria constitution, like I said, above. You can implement it in your own state very well. If you wish to, but majority of people in Yoruba land, they have been saying, we don't want it. No, we cannot say minority cannot talk, but the majority will have their way. If you know that a particular state is so dominated by Muslims, then go and initiate the bill in the house, whether it will scare to only word that is talking on social media. As he introduced the bill in the House of Assembly of Osun State.
Not yet.
Let's wait until when he introduce or Mufti will introduce that bill into the House of Assembly of Osun State, or a particular person introduce it in Ekiti State or in Ogun State that they pass Sharia law. If it can scale to, then the whole state agree that they want to be practicing Sharia law. As simple as that. So anything outside that one, you see all these social media talking. Or you go to social media, you go and make any declaration. And that's why I'm saying that federal government or state government in some area, they need to be dealing with some people. Imagine an imam that said, anybody that said they don't want Sharia, pitch them. That kind of a imam needs to be questioned, carried, and dealt with it. So a lot of silence, a lot of politicizing everything. I don't want any, because all Nigerian politicians, what they want is that they want everybody vote, either Muslim vote or Christian vote. Then there is one narration that I wanted to correct before I forget. When they say a particular state is a secular state, it does not mean they don't have religion. They do. They relate with every religion. So in a situation where they say a particular religion is being dominated in a particular area, they can adopt whatever they like. It's their own cup of tea. So far, they are not using it to affect me. That's why when you go to court, they say, are you a Muslim or you are a Christian? And you will go to swear according to what you believe. So, in as much as a particular country called a secular country doesn't belong to any religion, it does not mean that they forbid religion. In America is a secular state, right? But they don't forbid Islam. If you are Muslim, you live according to the law of the land, as simple as that. So in a country called Nigeria, a country of a particular concern, the way we find ourselves, okay, there is no way some people will not want to be say, okay, this is what suit us. And since Constitution has given room for that, there's nothing we can do about that one. Now, any state that they think they need Sharia, let them, okay, see to Sonny that say he's going to, have you said Sonny, that he's going to implement Sharia in Oyo State. No governor has been able, Sonny, Situ, yes, now. Yes. That no governor has been able to unilaterally implement a law in the house. We have gone so many times. Yes, we have so many times governor introduce a particular law and people will say no to it. So if they now, yes, now, so if we now have, majority of people in the house that they say yes to Sharia, that is their own cup of tea. That's my own humble take about Sharia law in this country. So all these people that going to, imagine in Ekiti State, where Islam is a minority, their imam also come out and calling for Sharia. Let him introduce it to the house. It's not matter of it's not matter of a social media. It's not matter of a social media. It's a matter of law. Except you want to have arbitration the way they have it in the Lagos State here, that it doesn't affect anybody. Except you want to go there. That's why you will go there. And I don't have problem with that, Mr. Michael. If they want to do it anyway, so far they will not stop me from going and meeting my pastor and say, our father has died. We want to share the property. What did the Bible say about sharing of property? I don't have problem with that. Since they don't stop me from having problem with my wife, and I want to meet my pastor, that my pastor see what my wife is doing, and my pastor say, oh, this is what you're supposed to do. And if I'm agreed to abide with it, I abide with it. If I'm not banned by law. The only thing that banned me is any law that passed through my house of assembly. As simple as that. That's my own understanding about Sharia.
Okay, thank you. That was a very wonderful submission from Mr. Femi. But on the show of the soldiers that was being kidnapped in Borno, Mr. Mike, sorry, that was killed. For me, at this point, I don't want to mock the departed, those who have lost their life. But I think at this point, it is a welcome development. It is, yes, in the sense that
the killing of soldiers.
It is because if we have been docile as a country, and the soldiers in which, when majority of us will come out and speak for them, the same soldiers will be used against us. Mr. Mike, we've seen in a country, the UN yesterday released an official declaration. It said all the ammunitions that were used in Libya in 2011 found their way in Nigeria. How did this ammunition get through? Where did it pass through? Through our borders. Don't forget that the same Buhari has one told that it only takes the intervention of God to secure our borders. That immigration and co cannot secure our border. That it is only God that can secure our border. That on the hand of the Mr. President, is that not as not gotten to the extent of a collateral failure? For a president to have come out on the public space and said that it is only God that can man our border. And up to today, Mr. Mekadekule, go to our borders, immigration too, and worse of than the terrorists. Let us call a spade. No, every time we blame bandits. Immigration are worse off than terrorists. Because these guys, I was in Itiloko last week, Saturday. See, immigrants were not checking everything that was coming in. Immigration want to say, have you paid? Side ticket pass. They don't even check what they come in. I was in Itiloko last week, Saturday. And today, yeah, we'll sit down here and say, insecurity. Why would insecurity exist? Go to Sokoto State. I've been to Sokoto once. You know that border. Mr. Mike, you can from here move to Niger. It's like yet for years. It's like selling to market. Mr. Mike Adekule, immigration sits down and collect money. All what they do is that post me to a very sensitive borders where I can make money. They are also the part of this issue of insecurity. If our border is not being checkmate, if things come in and things go out in the country, I know an immigration officer who just get enlisted. Now he don't be as for Lagos. How much the salary? They are collecting money at the expense of lives of Nigeria. And today, we should at times we channel our energy to this set of government agency. That the president, that this agency needs a reform. People like minds. Sometimes too, I don't blame them. If you underpay them, what do you expect? If you underpay security agencies, that senators and more in the same country, public servants and more compared to politicians, because that one would give them that morale and energy to be patriotic. Because the issue of patriotism, Mr. Mike, has lost it. No Nigeria now can be patriotic anymore. If that person is underpaid, money, payment motivates people. And if these people don't get adequate funding, now here we go to dance every day. Look at the issue of Butai last time I go. The former chief of staff, Butai, where did he get $1 billion to buy house in Dubai? And today, this same Butai is now providing solutions to Tinubu. Don't forget that when Butai was the chief of army staff, after 5 years ago, what did he do as chief of army staff? He is saying that Tinubu should hand over structure of security to him so that he can flush terrorists. The same man under Buhari, the bandits took over some part of Nigeria, because in a country where governance has failed, miscreants come up to propose solutions. Butai is a miscreant now. Yes, if the service chiefs are on top of their game, would he have the such impetus or authority to propose solution? And yet, every now and then, what we see is the help of the president sharing cars.
All right, from that side before we go, Femi, how do you think the military should respond to this attack in coming days? And apart from that, what message do you have, for soldiers, risking their lives to protect the country?
First of all, I want to give a great kudos to our gallant soldier, and I want to, I want to relate with the family of the lost soldiers, because they are not the genesis of this problem. Some of them are just a victim of circumstances. There is no how you want to paint it. We have to mourn them because they are our soldiers. And I said that they are so rest in perfect peace. So I think when you have a parent that gives back to you, it is the parent that will sometimes reshape your life. It is Nigeria government that need to reshape, Nigeria soldiers. Honestly speaking, if there is no political will from Mr. President or federal government to reshape Nigeria army, there's nothing they can do. There are so mole among them. Is there any political will from Mr. President to ask them to investigate who are those mole? We can't be continue to be complaining and dwell on the excuses that there are mole. Who are those mole? Who bring them? How do they operate? Bring them out. If they were found culpable, prosecute them. If they found guilty, kill them. And simple as that, they face the penalty. All the time, what have been seen is that we have been seeing a compromised Nigeria army that will leave a particular gate of a school, and 30 minutes after, there will be attack. A Nigeria army that there will be almost 10-hour attack in a particular place, and there will be no response. A Nigeria army where you will be hearing unconfirmed information that some of them are even collecting ransom on behalf of these people. At a particular time, we thought that a particular unit was created in Nigeria police where you can pay ransom. So if you go and report a kidnap case, they will just refer you to that department that make you to go and negotiate with that department. That's where they. So when a country has, been degenerated into that situation where the security architecture of a particular country is being reduced to that level, this is the result we are going to be seeing. So if Nigeria army today need to be revived and reinvigorated, we know that it's going to start from government by making sure that they appoint a sound-minded and a neutral and honest person to overshadow them and make sure that they pick out all those ones. But when I'm doing something and nobody, I'm not penalized, then I'm free to continue to be do so.
All right, K. just says, Michael, in as much as I respect people's opinions on issues bordering on the security and well-being of citizens, the guy wearing brown t-shirt has been spouting distasteful nonsense since yesterday. All right, Ford Odion says, Mike, you voted for Obi or Tinubu. Okay, did I vote for Obi or Tinubu? I didn't vote for anybody. I am for everybody and for nobody. So I don't have a preferred candidate. All right, thank you so much. I think I've answered that.
Yes, yeah.
For John. Yes. All right, Baba Yaga says, Mike, I pray you leave Nigeria one day, honestly. All right, thank you so much, Baba Yaga. Yagali. All right. August says 2027, Tinubu and his family will enter prison. 22004 says Tinubu was asked in the Chatham House or Character House. This is Chatham. Right?
Okay, yes, I think Chatham House.
Chatham House. I see that's what actually is trying to say here. Chatham House. Who is in charge of security? And he said, El-Rufai is in charge of Nigeria's security.
I'm not sure that's what happened. They were asking him about insecurity, and he referred to El-Rufai that El-Rufai can respond to that question. But we don't know what prompts Mr. President to to react in that way. That maybe you know that insecurity in Nigeria is generated by something. Anyway, you know the genesis of the problem. El-Rufai, you can give them the answer.
All right, we moved over to Udeze Chima. Michael is a reserved guy. Thank you so much, Udeze Chima. Guys, how it is. All right, Mike Seth has catchphrase like "see something, say something." Wholeheartedly, all right.
Wholeheartedly.
I think he's trying to mimic Mr. Kunle there. Yeah. All right, Mr. Nadabu says, Mike, if you no vote, you are the problem of Nigeria. Oh, please get your voters card.
Even if you want to vote, you don't need to reveal who is going to vote for.
All right,
simple.
Don't worry, I'll do that, Mr. Nadabu. No problem, I'll do that. Thank you so much, everybody. We really appreciate your contributions, your engagement this morning. Today is Saturday, tomorrow is Sunday. I will be back here on Monday. Your advice to Nigerian government as regards the daily killings we are being faced with.
My regard to Nigerian government.
Advice, not regard.
My advice to them is they should wake up and do the right thing they're supposed to do. Nigerian government is sleeping. As fast as sleeping, like Jonah in the boat. Until when Jonah rise up and tell the crew member and the captain of the ship, see what he will do. And they did that thing, the sea was calm. Let Nigerian government wake up. Let them arise up from their sleeping. They have slept so long, from 2015 up to today. Army are dying. If army die, is it civilian that will be safe? And who are these killing the army? Boko Haram reintegrated the Penta Boko Haram in the army. They are those that are killing the real army. So tell them to do something to stop the Penta Boko Haram. Reintegrated them to stop Boko Haram first. Because both Al-Qaeda, Ashwab, Lakurara, Wolo, all of them, Tunjibelo, all of them started from Boko Haram. They are Boko Haram branches. Let them stop Boko Haram. So, Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief, suspend or forget about 2027. If the election can be postponed, let it be postponed. Face the insecurity.
Any word of encouragement for our soldiers?
The word of
that have been defending us, protecting our
the word of encouragement I'm going to give soldiers, I've never encouraged them to continue to die. If you see that the pressure on you is too much, don't attack them or don't defend yourself. You better resign. You better resign. Go back to Papa house, man the wife and children.
Who will protect us?
Now, who will protect us? Let Nigerian government, Nigerian politicians come out and protect us. Nigerian politicians. Let the tertiary rulers, MNS come and protect us because that's what they want. I cannot advise any Nigerian soldier, real Nigerian soldier to go and waste his life. For a country that never without you. When you die, after 2 weeks, they throw your wife away from the barrack. What would have them to go and die? Only 2 weeks, your wife and children, they will throw them out of the barrack. Most of them die without any benefit.
Out of the barrack to stay where? To live where?
To go back to wherever they come from. Wherever they come from. And the politicians, the emirs having all you words. Having all your ways. Buy a house abroad. Buy a house abroad. Living a crucial life. Have bank accounts here and there where the soldiers are dying. How much are you paying them? What is their welfare? Oh boy, thank God I did not join the Nigerian army. And but by this my age, I've never joined it again.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Our first and our brother, Mr. Token, them. God bless each one of you in Jesus' name.
We appreciate all of you. We're back here on Monday with more interesting topics. I'm Michael. If you're watching us for the first time, kindly subscribe to the channel and also help us share it. Let people know what is going on at this time. The like button is there. Like the program, please like it. You can also drop your comments in the comment section after this live broadcast. Yeah, drop your comment there. And to those who have been, demanding my number, all right. The number is 091 2742 0575 plus 234 91 2742 0575. I repeat, plus 234 27 42 0575. That's my number. Thank you so much, all. We appreciate your viewership. Thank you. All right, Suma. Happy weekend.
Yeah. I was trying to meet up until they block all the road. Say we don't go past.
All right, thank you. No problem. All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah, goodbye.
What's the name?
One would give them that morale.
Si quieres crear una app, pero no tienes ni idea de programación ni por dónde empezar, échale un vistazo.
2027, Tinubu and his family will 491 27 42 05 75. I repeat, plus 234 27 42 05 75. That's my number. Thank you so much, all. We appreciate your.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of the newly formed Ududuwa.
You know, I was
Shakora.